2. I'm really a bad person. Name: Ash Heath. Age: I don't know, I have amnesia. Gender: let me see, male. Race: probably not a dog. Past experiences: I really don't know, I have amnesia. Bloodkong Hunter Amy watched the situation in the interrogation room through a two-way mirror. Hearing the cult leader's nonchalant and arrogant replies to the interrogation, her eyes narrowed into vertical slits and her fingernails lengthened in anger. Captain, does this villain think everyone in the tribunal is a fool? This interrogation isn't working. Let me handle it. I studied torture with my father in my spare time when I was in school, and I even passed the level 1 torture certificate. I swear on my father's name, I guarantee this bastard will confess everything, even about wetting his bed when he was a kid. Burn the torturer certificate, Gerald said calmly. The Human Rights Act amendment details abolished the torture system 12 years ago, completely prohibiting the tribunal from torturing suspects. Violators will have their hunter licenses revoked at best, and face imprisonment for over a century at worst. The council is watching us closely. Even if Ash Heath just has trouble sleeping at night, we'll be in trouble. I won't stop you if you want to be bitten by the council. Humph. Amy pouted angrily and shrinkingly, changing the subject. What about the Memory Weaver? We've captured him for so long. Why hasn't a Memory Weaver come to extract this villain's memories? The Memory Weaver won't come. Why? For such a major case, shouldn't a Memory Weaver come to extract memory evidence? I remember the criminal code, stating that all criminal offenses must have memory as direct evidence, right? But he's different. How is he different? Gerald glanced at her. He has seen the 4 pillar gods. Amy paused slightly, then understood. Not just him, the memories of all cultists cannot be extracted. Gerald said, memory pollution is a specialty of the 4 pillar gods. In the 4 pillar god cult case I participated in solving 134 years ago, a memory weaver extracted a cultist's memories and unknowingly became a believer of the 4 pillar gods. That's why the 4 pillar god cult keeps reviving endlessly. Then what do we do? Amy was dumbfounded. We can't get evidence by asking, we can't torture him, and we can't extract his memories. Could we just release him without charge? Or make an exception? No need for special exceptions, Gerald said. There's a death penalty that's perfect for heinous criminals who incite public outrage. This interrogation is just a formality. The real trial will be on the 15th at 8 p.m., completed by all the citizens of the city. Amy immediately understood, but when she turned to look at the cult leader still in the interrogation room, saying, I don't know and I have amnesia, she couldn't help but feel angry. She stuck out her tongue and made a face in disdain, dragging her drooping gray tail as she turned and left. Gerald was still watching the pointless interrogation. Because the interrogation time exceeded 15 minutes, it had to be paused to allow the suspect to rest, which was also a basic human right stipulated by the Human Rights Act. The cult leader was drinking water, occasionally touching his chest where he had recently been pierced, a look of surprise in his eyes, but it quickly turned into worry. For some reason, Gerald felt that he wasn't lying. His various reactions, panic, curiosity, fear, confusion, he really seemed like an ordinary person with amnesia. According to the Human Rights Act, symptoms such as multiple personality disorder, amnesia, and mental illness can be regarded as the person lacking the ability to take care of themselves and be exempt from criminal punishment. If memory extraction revealed that Ash really had amnesia, he could even be released without charge. But these things had nothing to do with him. Because of the 4 pillar gods, there would not and could not be a memory weaver to extract his memories, so the people will judge you. We just need to send you into the eyes of the people, Gerald said, turning to leave and continue pursuing the next suspect. This time, it's really early death and early rebirth. Lying on the clean, soft bed, Ash put down the documents in his hand, looking at the bright, spacious prison cell with a private bathroom, his heart filled with gloom. Although Ash had vaguely anticipated this when he saw the angels revealing such ugly appearances before they died, he didn't expect the reality to be even more severe. The hunter's accusations against him were completely correct. He was a genuine, unadulterated cult leader. The gods who granted Ash power were the most notorious 4 pillar gods in this world. They have many aliases, the most notable feature being that the 4 pillar gods often appear together, causing endless chaos in this world. The Lord of Infinite Glory, also known as the Tyrant, pursues endless war and a sea of corpses and blood that engulfs the world. His followers will kill everything they see, even themselves. The monarch of wind, rain, and snow, also known as the deceitful minister, is known for manipulating conspiracies and controlling mortals. He loves to fulfill the wishes of his followers, although fulfilling those wishes will drive them to extreme madness. The everlasting burning heart, also known as the merciful Father, is the source of all plagues and diseases, the final homecoming of Ra. His followers will become breeding grounds for disease, living in pain, horror, and despair, but they will not die. The dreamlike soul of freedom, also known as the indulgent prince, represents the endless desires of living beings. He is also the most introduced in the documents. Intelligent races are most easily seduced and corrupted by him. Once he corrupts intelligent beings into followers with desire, they will become instinctive animals that can never be satisfied, their rationality completely swallowed by instinct. In fact, Ash also suspected that the other party was making up the information to deceive him, but firstly, he had already been caught, and the other party could shape him into whatever form they wanted, so there was no need to go to such trouble. Secondly, the information was also illustrated with pictures and texts, including Heath's own crime photos and detailed modus operandi. The cruelty of his methods made Ash want to vomit out the mushroom and chicken noodles he had just eaten. Since Heath is a bad person, then the four pillar gods are naturally evil gods. Then, conversely, the Bloodkong hunters who are hunting him down are the forces of justice, at least the forces that maintain social stability. In just half a day, Ash had experienced great joy and great sorrow. He initially thought he was a hero just about to leave the novice village, but he didn't expect to be a cult leader who had just accepted the first wave of angels and was preparing to start a business. Then he was farmed by groups of heroes as a wild elite monster. It's already bad enough to transmigrate into a cult leader, but why did he transmigrate just when the hunters were closing in on the cult? So, am I here specifically to provide performance for the hunters? Ash tossed and turned on the bed, complaining about the injustice of fate while thinking about whether he had died from overwork, but all his thoughts eventually converged into one idea: how will they execute me? Although the interrogation was very polite and provided free food and luxurious single rooms, Ash even felt like he was on vacation, except for having to wear exquisite bracelets and anklets. But thinking about it with the hair that fell out, he knew that the other party would definitely not let him go. However, Ash faintly felt that the civilization of this world seemed very advanced, and perhaps the death penalty had been abolished, so he still had a glimmer of hope. Suddenly, a crisp notification bell rang in his mind. Ding! Ash felt a heat on the back of his neck, and then a screen unfolded before his eyes. His heart trembled, trying to decipher the unfamiliar words on the screen with countless expectations. Dear Mr. Ash Heath, prisoner number 4001623. Kaimon City Hall formally invites you to be a special guest on Kaimon Channel 1's Blood Moon Judgment program on the 15th at 8 p.m. Please pay attention to your appearance at that time. We will send someone to escort you to the live broadcast. If you want to withdraw from the program, please reply T. Although he didn't know what this Blood Moon Judgment was, the name didn't sound like anything good. Ash naturally quickly edited TC in the dialog box. However, when he moved his mind, a prompt popped up in the screen. You are currently in the arrest and trial stage, and the message sending function has been disabled. Damn it, so the last paragraph of the notification was just teasing me? Ash estimated that this Blood Moon Judgment was his death penalty, but he had already focused his attention on the screen in front of him. He touched the back of his neck, unable to feel any obvious bumps, but he could clearly feel that the back of his neck was closely related to the screen, as if the screen setting was implanted in the back of his neck. Since information like death penalty announcement would be notified to him in this way, Ash felt that this might be the communication tool of this world, not just unique to him. Sure enough, when he focused his mind on the sign in the upper left corner of the screen, a series of information immediately popped up. Name, Heath's consciousness screen. Version, 14.4.1. Chip model, Miracle 13. Current status, message sending function disabled, network function disabled, channel access function disabled, shadowing function disabled, kinetic energy output limited, virtual realm access disabled, art output disabled. Main account, 459105198. Service provider, Kaimon Telepathy. Ash casually changed the name to Ash's consciousness screen, thinking that the technological system of this world was really advanced, with both extraordinary abilities that elevated individual combat power and this kind of technological peripheral that was popularized to everyone. The ridiculous thing was that Ash had just thought that this was his transmigration cheat, but he didn't expect it to be a mass-produced item for everyone. It's just like an ancient person transmigrating to modern times and picking up a mobile phone, thinking it's a divine artifact. As soon as he thought of the Chinibu thoughts just now, Ash felt his face heat up a little. Although Ash really wanted to study this new toy, most of the functions inside were disabled. Besides the calendar, information, notepad, and calculator, there was only Aurora's Artificer Handbook. Ash was stunned.